This is Joe Adams. I'm here with Fathom CEO Steve Kessen. Together, we're going to recap the second day of the Healthcare Internet Conference happening right now in Las Vegas. Let's set the scene a little bit. You presented with UCLA Health and Pandora yesterday. First time at a conference presenting in quite a while. What's that like?
It was absolutely fantastic. I miss people, and it's been absolutely wonderful to meet more people in the space, and I absolutely love spending time with our clients, prospective clients, marketers, and to do that in person is nothing short of remarkable.
Let's talk a little bit about the content, specifically the keynotes, and not just the keynotes today. A theme that I've recognized is a focus on innovation. The fact of the matter is the pace of innovation in healthcare and our lives in general is rapid and only accelerating. As the CEO at a marketing firm who works with some of the top health systems in the country, what's your advice to the healthcare marketer for managing that change?
I would say fully embrace it. You only have one option, which is to move forward. You have to challenge the status quo. I unfortunately see too many healthcare marketers that are still taking orders from their service line managers that are looking for, digital versions of brochures. You can't do that anymore. Invest in the infrastructure that you need to create personal relationships digitally with the marketplace.
I'm a healthcare marketer. I'm embracing change. I'm going back to work on Monday when I get home from Las Vegas and have a nice restful weekend. What's one or two things that I can do to move my organization forward?
First, fully commit to the mindset that if you're not moving forward, you're falling behind. Second, I would take inventory of what you're doing. Where are you in market? Where is your audience? There's probably some gaps there. I did a talk yesterday with Pandora and UCLA Health, how we have brought the Pandora streaming audio solutions to drive significant patient volume for the health system. And well, why does this work? You need to reach your audience where they are and give them a compelling message. Well, your audience is in new places, so you better get there.
Today, our own Jeremy Mathis co-presented with Jeff Duncan from Houston Methodist, and it was an interesting topic, maybe a vulnerable topic for a marketing firm to participate in. It was about why, when, and how to find a new agency partner. Jeremy and Jeff described a process that left the RFP behind. You played a first-hand role in the development of the partnership. Help me understand maybe what that looked like in your conversations with the executive leadership at Houston.
At the end of the day, you need joint alignment and true partnership with your agency and with the client for you to have success. And so what I loved about the approach that Houston Methodist brought to the RFP and to the process of selecting their partner is they brought depth. They brought us two example problems that they wanted us to help solve. And so we brought some perspective on how we might solve that problem, but we also brought a perspective of humility and a perspective of partnership, that it's us together that will solve these problems. And so we did obviously very well in the initial conversation, but they didn't stop there. Too many organizations are making major decisions on who's their partner for the next few years in a 2-hour meeting. That's a big decision, and to do that over an RFP that gets filled out in a 2-hour presentation is just silly. Not only did we have that initial conversation, but they flew up to meet our team and to co-collaborate with us and to get to know us both personally and at depth strategically. And that created a foundation not only to help them make a good choice, but also to kick off our partnership in a way that helped us accelerate towards growth and progress. The basis of a good partnership is human connection and relationship and shared goals and shared vision, and that does expand beyond marketing. So getting to know someone on a human-to-human level is absolutely critical to success.
Let's get back to the conference. A common theme beyond innovation throughout the last 2 days has been a lot of talk about proving return on investment and the importance of understanding, what your marketing dollars are doing for the organization. We haven't seen a lot of delivery there. Jeremy and I talked about that yesterday, but I'm asking you, I know you're very passionate about this subject. Do you have an example, right? Because healthcare marketers, if they're not making progress, what's an example they can follow to make change and prove ROI at their own organization?
This is probably my favorite topic to discuss, especially with healthcare marketers, because there's so much room to go to get there. It's something I've been talking about for honestly the last probably 4 years with healthcare marketers. I have not seen an example here yet today, but I do know that there are leading institutions that are making very significant progress here. So, for example, one of our clients, a top 10 honor roll health system, has done a pilot in terms of how do we take what we are doing in digital marketing, going through the entire journey of the consumer, all the way to the data that's happening in their EMR, and connecting closed loop reporting to really understand the ROI, the contribution margin, and the true business impact that's happening from our efforts. Now, this is a pilot that is 14 months in the making right now, and we're almost there. So there is no silver bullet solution, but you also can't wait, because I will tell you the conversation is coming from your CEO in terms of we are spending all these dollars on marketing and what return are we getting. So start now and taking the step forward, because it's going to be a journey, but it's going to be a worthwhile journey.
How's that for an HCIC 2022 sneak peek? An ROI pilot success story with Steve Kessen. All right, conference is wrapping up tomorrow. Let's do a little role play. I'm a healthcare marketer. I'm going back to my system, going back to my office on Monday. What's the one thing from the last 2 days you hope that I would take with me?
Beyond the advice I gave in my talk of you should really try streaming radio to drive patient volume, I highly recommend that you take the inventory of what you're doing today and look at what you need to do going forward, because you likely have a gap. And don't wait for someone else to tell you that you need to move in this direction. Take the initiative and start taking that first step forward.
As we wrap up, let's do a little word association. Let's start out with an easy one. Blackjack.
I won.
Streaming audio.
Must do.
The marketer's responsibility.
Drive revenue.
And that's all the time we have today. Thanks, Steve.